Welcome to RE Uncut. Our daily shows are supported by Printforce, Sure Agents, Rockend and CoreLogic.
Good morning. Well, as with any experience after a period of time, it's interesting to reflect on what you thought a journey would be like and what has actually happened. Dan Argent from UrbanX asks Angelo and Nathan from Soul Property, our guests this week, what they would change if they had their time again.
Your business card is a vital selling tool and a constant visual reminder of who you are, what you do, and more importantly, how you can be contacted. Introducing our new Velvet business cards, featuring a luxurious premium laminate that has a velvet texture and is soft to the touch. Printed on a resilient 450 GSM card, these cards can be printed with a range of spot gloss and foiling options to give your office that prestigious look.
Hey, Nathan and Angelo, Soul Property Agents, thank you so much for joining us again this week.
Hey, Dan.
Good morning.
So we're talking like you're a couple of old veterans. You're 90 days into starting your own business and working for yourselves. And obviously it's been an interesting 90 days because you've had COVID-19 to deal with during that as well. But as with any experience, now that you're 90 days into the journey, I would love to hear what your key learnings have been. You know, we've spoken about why you wanted to start your own business, how you overcame the fear of doing it, the support of those around you, the new business energy that you've experienced. But with everything that's happened over the last 90 days, what are the key learnings? And if you could have your time over again, what would you do differently now?
Dan, look, it's funny where you touch on all the points that we've discussed this week. I sat back and digested a bit, a little bit more. I like to analyze things. It's the type of person I am. And it's very, very interesting where you see all these business opportunities. Either people decide they're going to go it alone or you team up in a partnership like Nathan and I have. And I guess the only, if it's advice or a word that I can give is breaking down and really working out that connection and that drive, which is what Nathan and I were able to do at the start. That's the first part and the early energy. To answer the question about what I would do differently if I had my time again, I would have taken the time to probably just analyse little facets in where we connect and where our strengths and weaknesses are. And there's not huge differences across the whole board, but it's different scenarios. So, Nathan's one of these guys. He's climbing Mount Everest, man. The flag is already up on top of the mountain. He is there. He's arrived. That's it. He hasn't really given a shit about what's in the backpack just yet. He hasn't decided if the rope's in there. He hasn't decided, do we need some water and whatever else. So that's probably where I come in a little bit, where I sit back and go, I want the photo too, but let's make sure the gearbox is in the bloody car to get there as well. So, that's one of the things that I have learned. And if I had my time again, it was probably just a little bit more time to finish some prep in the way I'd like to do things. But hey, like you said, let's go skydiving. You jump out of the plane and the parachute will open. Sure, it'll be fine.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So, Angelo, the two key things that I've taken away from you there are if you're going to go into partnership with somebody else, it's important to have common goals right from the start. You've got to be on the same page. And number two, do a SWOT analysis, which is strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, and actually have a look at what the differences are that you both bring to that relationship, and make sure that you bring, I guess, they say in relationships, opposites attract, but I think opposites attract because of the strengths and the weaknesses. Two people that are strong in the same thing but weak in another are just going to piss each other off, right? So it's actually about finding people with complementary skills. So look, I think you guys will very successfully get to the top of Everest, as I actually did a year ago. Nathan will be running up there and you'll be following behind with the rope and the water and all the necessary tools to get there.
He's like a little old lady.
Nathan.
I can tell you what I've learned in the last 90 days is we should have done this sooner. We should have done this earlier. You know, I look back, the same as Angelo, of what we've covered this week, and we've only been doing this 90 days. I should have been doing this for the decade. I look at the support that we received, the comments, and a lot of what we've been doing recently is attributed to Gary Vee. And he talks about regret. And if you want to learn about regret, go and visit the old people's homes and let them tell you the stories about the chances and the opportunities they did not take.
That's powerful.
Now, we made some very quick decisions, but the reality is we had it inside us. We knew this is what we were going to do. We didn't know we were going to do this together. But if you can learn to trust that instinct, and that's what I've learned in the last 90 days, how much I did not trust my instinct, my intuition, and I allowed that fear to paralyze me. So this 90 days, you know, we'll look back at this recording and we'll talk about COVID, but the COVID pandemic has really shown us also in the last 90 days how much stuff we need to say no to. We have been in lockdown, and yet there's not enough hours in the day to consume the information people are sharing. So it's given us a chance to also, and you and I have talked about it in goal setting, and we've talked about it in being able to achieve our number one goal for the day. We've got to learn to say no, eliminate distractions, and be singularly focused. So I've learned that. Listening to Angelo in terms of our relationship, we are very different, but it's that energy in line with the new business energy that allows us to attack every day. I cannot wait to get to work. I used to say get into the office. With COVID, we now know you don't need the office. We just can't wait to get to work. And that can be anywhere at any time. And we touched on yesterday, brand principles and developing what is important to you and your values. You know, one of ours is balanced. And you talk about this relationship. I'll read it. The contrasting facets of our agency's personality do not fight for singular attention. Rather, they empower one another to work towards a uniform change to the real estate norm. And that's what Soul Property Agents is all about. You know, it comes from the heart, it comes from within, and it takes varying personalities to work together. So in 90 days, I've learned a hell of a lot.
You sure have, yeah. It absolutely sounds like it. Well, you know what, Nathan, I've got nothing to add to that. That's a really great note for us to end the week on. Very, very powerful advice. Guys, I just want to congratulate you both on taking the next step, jumping out of the plane, figuring out the parachute on the way down. You guys are doing very well. I'm personally very proud to see how well you guys are doing. I know your families are as well, and I know you guys are personally. You are at the start of a very exciting journey, and one that I think you will never, ever regret. So, guys, well done, and we look forward to checking in with you both again. I think we should do a follow-up in 12 months. On how things are going and what you've learned then. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us this week. Have a lovely weekend, and look forward to talking again soon.
Thanks so much for having us, Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
The daily RE Uncut shows are supported by Printforce, Shore Agents, Rockend and CoreLogic. RE Uncut is one of the anchor shows at retplus.com, the home of property.